Hi guys, welcome back to another video. Today I wanted to do a abstract spider gel flower that I had done on a set of press-ons, and I had posted it on one of the nail groups, and someone asked how I did that because spider gel can be very hard to work with. I found it very difficult when I was first using it, and I found I was just doing like the little swoops that you can do over top of the nail, which is totally fine. It looks really good, but I wanted to use it a little bit more than what I was. I felt like I wasn't really reaching for it anymore. So I had looked on Instagram, I believe it was, and I found a picture of like an abstract flower that I thought was done with spider gel. I can't find the exact picture now. It was somewhere on Instagram, but I can't remember who it was that did it, and I don't actually know if it was spider gel or if they had freehanded this abstract flower, but I wanted to give it a try and I really liked it. So I wanted to do a little tutorial on how you can do that too. So you can pick, any color base that you want. I'm going to do black and white because I find, those show up really good. And then you guys can see just exactly what I'm doing. So I'm just going to use a dotting tool right now, and we're just going to pick up a little amount because we're not going to be working out of the pot to be making this design. We can break that connection. There we go. So I have a good size amount, and then this is going to be the center of our flower. So you can pick wherever to put that. We're just gonna go a little off center and just kind of dabbing it on, and then we have to disconnect that. So we're gonna pull, let it fall, and just kind of swirl it around itself. It's kind of built up a bit, so I'm just swirling it around that, and then once it gets nice and thin, we can just break that connection. So I'm going to wipe off my excess off my dotting tool. So there are a couple ways that you can do this. You can just go right in and then start making your shape. With the spider gel, you don't want to follow the shape exactly where you want it, because I find that the gel, it doesn't stretch as far as you want it. So you have to overstretch it in order to get it kind of in the area that you're thinking. With spider gel, you're kind of just almost hoping for the best. You learn to work with it a little bit, but it still has a mind of its own. So you can start by doing just one swoop, so I'll show you that. And also pay attention to how thick your line is. You do want them to be a little bit consistent, but having different thicknesses is going to make it look really cool and abstracty as well. So we're just going to go around, and you can see how far I am pulling that and how small of a petal that made. So that actually looks really good. Another way that you can do it is you can go and you can set it to connect it, pressing it on the nail. And then you kind of have those points to work with. And then you could do that for all of the flowers, or for all of the petals. And then that gives it more of a, like a different kind of look. If you're going to do either one, and you want them to look more abstract and random, you can go over the petal a couple times using different lengths for each little petal that you make. And same with this one, just connect it a little bit differently, and it gives you a bit of a layered look. I do prefer just kind of swooshing it around that way. Gives it more of an abstract look. So these two, I'll do two with the swoop, and then we'll do two with the little connecting. So I do need a little bit more spider gel, and that little bit there, you know what, I'm not even worried about it. If you do make a boo-boo, which is going to happen with spider gel, If you can make it work, kind of blend it in a little bit, then just keep it there, and it just adds to the abstractness. There we go. So those bottom two, if you did a whole flower like that, that would look really cool. And then the top two. So that little line, you know, I guess that's where our stem's gonna come out of. I'm just gonna make that work instead of trying to take it off. If you do happen to make a couple mistakes, or you know, there's maybe a couple lines that you don't like, you can go in with a wipe and some alcohol, or a brush with a little bit of alcohol on it, and just like buff them away. Okay, so I just sent that in for a flash cure. Now I'm gonna take some regular black gel and just draw the rest of that little stem that we got going on. So I'll send that in for a flash cure. And then I'm gonna go in just with a little bit of glitter just to add a little more to it. When I did the press-ons, we did the flower and then glitter and then the background color on the other two fingers. So you can add some to the middle if you want. And then anywhere where there's like maybe a bit of a boo-boo, we can just cover that up with some happy little glitter. You can add some in the spaces up in your different lines. And then I like to really spread it out so then it looks like the glitter is like kind of dispersed. If that's the right word, I hope you guys know what I mean. Not too shabby. I know typically you wouldn't do a flower with 4 petals, but if you happen to have a green spider gel, this would actually be really cool for St. Patrick's Day. Do a little 4-leaf clover. I just wanted to show you, you know, the 2 different kinds of petals that you can do, or that I think work. I'm sure there's lots of other ways to do it out there. Those are just the 2 that I like to do. And it also depends on how big your client's nail is when you go to do it and how high their sidewalls are. Sometimes it can be a little hard to, you know, stretch it out as far as you need without hitting their skin. So then the little like dot system would be better for those clients. If you're doing it on a really long nail and you have lots of room to move around and to play with the spider gel, then the more like looped system would work for them. All right, and there we have it. Just a quick little tutorial, and I hope you guys enjoyed that. And let me know if you have any questions or comments. I would be so happy to hear from you guys. And don't forget to like and subscribe.